In this video, I'm going to go over a mental framework that I use every single day. Now, this isn't a new concept or a new idea, but it is something that I think about every single day and I think could help just about anyone on improving their lives or their situation that they're in. This mental framework is based on compounding numbers, which is normally used in finance when talking about returns on an investment, but I like to use it as a model for self-improvement and to help me visualize self-improvement. It's all about making tiny little improvements every single day and doing that consistently and how they add up. And I'll explain exactly how that works. The idea is to do at least one small thing every single day to improve your life, your business, or whatever situation you're in. It doesn't matter whether that's 30 minutes of exercise or 15 minutes of reading or just making your bed in the morning. The only focus is doing those little things every day and making them add up. And this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme or lose all this weight in 30 days scheme. It's a framework for a lifetime of self-improvement and minuscule progress. And as I said, this isn't as much of a proven equation as it is just a mental model. But here's how the math works of the 0.1% improvement, 0.1% improvement every single day. Today you are a whole of 1. You work hard and improve by the not readily noticeable increments of 0.1% every single day. After the first month, that makes you just 3% better. Probably not even noticeable by you or the people around you, but the compounding machine is in place. And before I get too far into it, here's how the math works. Future you is equal to current you times 1 plus the rate of improvement, 0.1%, over the number of days in a year, 365, to the power of the number of days in a year times the number of days of improvement. So let's work this out for 6 months or 180 days of self-improvement. You have future you equals current you, which is 1, times 1 plus the rate of improvement, which is 0.001 over number of days in a year, 365, to the power of 365 times number of days improvement, 180. We'll bust out the calculator here. We have 0.001 divided by 365 gives us this long number plus 1, so we'll just go 1.1234527,397 to the power of 365 times 180, which is 65,700. That times that is just 1, so that stays the same. Future you equals 27,397 to the power of 65,700 equals 1.197, which will round that to 1.2, which means after 6 months you have improved by 20%. And now this can be used for any amount of days. You just have to do it in days. So if you're doing a number of years, you have to times that number of years by 365 and put that here. After the first year, you're now 1.44 times the person you were a year ago. The results are starting to feel noticeable and you're becoming a force. The effects of compounding are now working in your favor as you're now earning returns off of 1.44 times yourself as opposed to the original 1. You're now 44% more smart, capable, or confident than you were a year ago. And the best part is, the compounding machine is still working in your favor. The only caveat here is you now have to work harder in order to still increase by that 0.1% every single day. it's a whole lot harder for someone like Jeff Bezos to increase by 0.1% than it is your average college student. Moving on to year 2, you're now 2.07 times the person you once were. This means you have the potential to be earning 2 times more. You're potentially creating 2 times more impact, or you're just 2 times more confident in your skin, or you're potentially getting twice as much done in 1 day as you were able to in 2 days 2 years back. We're now going to skip ahead a little bit to 5 years. It's now become a habit, and daily improvements are just now part of your life. You're now 6.2 times the person that you were 5 years ago. Then on to 10 years, and this is when it just gets crazy. At 10 years, you're now 38.4 times the person you once were. And again, this is just a mental model, but I think the logic of the mindset still works. And I think being able to visualize self-improvement with numbers is something that's insanely helpful and personally helps me a lot. Just knowing that doing those little things, I'm getting better even if I'm not actually feeling like I'm getting better from day to day. It's about a lifetime of improvement. And at this point, after 10 years, it's probably more feasible to scale down to a more reasonable improvement of 0.05% or 0.01% because it's simply not going to be possible or feasible to get that kind of self-improvement that you were 10 years ago. You're now getting into numbers that are just supporting the creation of enormous value. You're now potentially creating the value in 1 day what would have taken you 38 days in the past. And at this point, you focus on delegation and the productivity of a team built around you. This team has a common goal, and the product of them improving daily is now improving you daily, or the effect of you daily. First, you make yourself insanely valuable. Then you build a team around you in which the individuals of the team are increasing their personal value and the group's value at the same time, creating the largest net effect. And I really hope putting this into numbers will help people like me visualize the self-improvement on a micro scale. The overarching point is those hours spent on mindless, often unenjoyable activities could be the difference between creating someone extraordinary in 10 years or just staying another one. Thanks for watching.